The next thing that we're going to talk about is users and how to manage your users, how to create users, and what exactly they would be used for. The way you get to users is you go over here and you can see this tab users, which has these three different choices right here: all users, add new user, your profile. Right now we're just going to click in here, which will take us to all users. So you can see there's two different users set up over here. You can see both users' email addresses, and then you can see the role that this user plays and how many posts that they've posted. For instance, I posted one and this other user has posted just one. And the reason this is important right here is because this person is only a contributor. They can only write posts. They can't go in and do more powerful things on my website than me. And there's a bunch of different types of users. So let's go ahead and add a new user just to give you guys an example. So we need to pick a username. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Chris version 2. And then we need to put in an email for this user. Putting in an email for myself. You need a first name, Chris, last name, Hopkins. And then we need the website, which is optional. We can leave that blank. And then we need to create a password. So go ahead and create a password. Oh, guess I typed one of these wrong. Alright, send this password in the user, and here is where I pick the different roles that this user might have. Maybe it's somebody that you just want to set up as a subscriber to your blog so they get an email every time you post something new. Maybe it's administrator, which is pretty much on the level with you. You're probably not going to set too many people up as administrators, but that's what it would do. They have the power to do everything. Editor, they can go in and they can look at posts, they can delete posts, they can edit posts, they can add to posts, and that is one of the things that they could do there. So editor is also a pretty powerful role, but unlike the administrator, you can't go in and change appearances and change code and change different back-end things like that. You have author. An author is someone that can go in and they can write their own posts and they don't have to be approved to publish them at all. Which, unlike a contributor is somebody that can come in here and they can write posts and that's all they can do, and then they have to wait for you or another administrator to come along and approve their posts. And then the last thing is an event contributor. This would be if you had a place, maybe a space where you held events and you wanted to open it up so certain people that were holding their events there could come and they could post a little post about it, and you could label them and tag them as an event contributor, and then they wouldn't be able to do anything on your website other than create events and write about that, and then it would still have to be approved by you before it would actually show up publicly to the front end of your website. So let's go ahead and just pick author, add new user, then takes a second. There we go, we got this user, Chris version 2. It comes, and then we should see an email come any second. And apparently I'm not going to get that email. Let's see. Oh, and here it comes. Your username and password. And that is pretty much how you create a new user, and they will get that email, as you can see, within just a couple of minutes. And they will then be able to create their own posts and go in and log into the back end of your website so they could work on their own through you.